Alex Jones here, filing this report from home on the weekend. This story is one of the most important I have ever covered in 17 years on air. Now, 3 days ago, as you know, before the Senate, the Pentagon, the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the Secretary of Defense told Congress, we don't need your authority to launch wars. We get it from the United Nations. And a few newspapers picked it up. The Drudge Report covered it. We covered it. And we had the headline, Coup d'etat, Pentagon and Obama declare Congress ceremonial. You can go watch the video right there. It is unbelievable. Now remember, last year, Obama wrote a letter to Congress when they threatened to impeach him saying, look, I don't need your authority to launch a war in Libya. And these articles we've written have links to his letter from the White House. Show that he's already committed treason. And the fact he did it for a foreign power is just incredible. Now, here is the text of a bill that was introduced by Representative Walter Jones of North Carolina, 112th Congress, House Concurrent Resolution 107. And it's also been introduced by another sponsor in the Senate. And this is at thomas.loc.gov, just so you know. This is government website, Library of Congress. Okay, you see that right there? And you read this and they say it's treason. They cite the Constitution. They say it's a high crime and misdemeanor. Go read this. Just H-Con Res 107. Put it in the search engine. We've got links to it in our article, but you can just put it in the search engine, and then you can go there and read it. And they cite Article 1, Section 8, Clause 11 of the Constitution, defining it as a high crime and misdemeanor for the president to launch wars or military actions without congressional approval, unless ICBMs have been fired and Congress gave the president the power within that narrowly defined area to respond defensively or things like that. This is offensive wars, and it goes over the fact that it's illegal. Now, why am I doing this report here on Saturday? Because we're now 3 days into this treason, and I have seen no mainstream news articles since then. I've seen a couple in the New York Times saying, oh, there's a little fight between the legislative and executive over who gets to launch war. There is no fight over it. This has been decided. It's in the Constitution. It's on record. But see, not only are the globalists that have hijacked our country now saying the states have no authority, so why even have them, but now they're saying the Congress is ceremonial. So folks, we've got to get this out to everybody. And call talk radio, newspapers, letters to the editor and say, did you know that articles of impeachment have basically begun? This is stating that if he doesn't seek authorization for the last war and the new wars, that this kicks in, and this is getting co-sponsors, and is moving very quickly in the House and Senate. You'd think that would be news, wouldn't you? That impeachment proceedings have begun? No, there's a blackout on it. A blackout on it. So there it is, Bill 112th Congress, H-Con Res 107. Okay? Walter Jones, North Carolina. Resolution calls for impeachment of Obama, does not seek war authorization from Congress. And we have links to the legislation right there and at the bottom of the article. You can't miss it. It's at Infowars.com. Please, ladies and gentlemen, if the globalists can get away with this, they can get away with anything. We're having our liberty stomped on every front. They're putting troops on the streets. Everything's happening because the big foreign banks that have captured Europe are now trying to take over America, and they don't want Congress, the people's representatives, in between them and their puppet. And Republican leadership's been part of this in the past as well, but now when the leader of the armed services, the Secretary of Defense, told Congress that no, you have no authority over war now, it really was over the top. And if we put up with this, we're all in deep trouble. There's a reason they're coming out with this out in the open now, because they're just getting everybody acclimated to dictatorial type control. Everybody, it's up to you. Get this out to everyone. The impeachment against Obama has begun. He's been caught red-handed, 100% treason and treachery. Not only saying that he's a dictator, but saying he works and takes orders from the UN. Did you hear me? The military, with generals in Congress, now says they don't follow Congress's orders. They follow the UN's orders, who boss their commander-in-chief, Obama. This is unprecedented. Break the media blockade. Get it out to everybody.